Intro. Opening Isaiah. Judgment and salvation. The story opens in ancient Jerusalem, a city chosen by God, yet weighed down by its own corruption. Beneath the grandeur of the temple and the rhythm of religious life, something is deeply broken. Through the prophet Isaiah, God begins to speak not only words of judgment, but also words of hope that stretch far beyond the present moment. Chapter 1. The City of Blood. Isaiah 1. Jerusalem appears outwardly religious, but inwardly it is sick. The temple courts are filled with sacrifices, yet the people's hearts are far from God. Blood flows on the altar, but justice is absent in the streets. God speaks with sorrow and anger. Even animals recognize their masters, yet his own people do not know him. Isaiah stands among them, overwhelmed by grief. He sees that worship has become empty ritual and obedience has vanished. Still, he clings to hope. The door of repentance is not yet closed. God calls his people to wash themselves, not with more sacrifices, but by turning from evil and learning to do good. Judgment is coming, but mercy is still offered. Chapter 2. The Day of the Lord. Isaiah 2. Isaiah's vision lifts beyond Jerusalem to the future. He sees a day when the mountain of the Lord will be raised above all others, and nations will stream toward it, longing to learn God's ways. Yet before that glorious day arrives, human pride must fall. People who trusted in idols and human power will be humbled. Those who exalted themselves will hide in fear. On that day, Isaiah declares, only the Lord will be exalted. History itself bends toward a moment when human arrogance collapses and God's holiness stands alone. Chapter 3. A collapsed order. Isaiah 3. The consequences of sin begin to take visible form. Jerusalem's social order crumbles. Leadership disappears. Children rule over elders, and the strong exploit the weak. Respect dissolves, and shame becomes public. Isaiah describes a society unraveling from within. God removes support and stability, not as cruelty, but as exposure. The people suffer not because God is absent, but because they have rejected his ways. Their own choices now govern them. Chapter 4. The Fire of Restoration. Isaiah 4. After devastation, a quiet promise emerges. Only a remnant remains, those who survive judgment. Over them, God promises protection and presence. Isaiah recalls the wilderness days, when fire and cloud marked God's nearness. Jerusalem will be purified. What was once stained will be made holy. God himself will dwell over his people again, not in wrath, but in covering and care. Judgment does not have the final word. Chapter 5. The Song of the Vineyard. Isaiah 5. Isaiah sings a sorrowful song. God planted a vineyard with care, expecting good fruit. Instead, it produced only wild grapes. The vineyard is Israel, blessed with law, land, and guidance, yet yielding injustice, violence, and pride. The song turns into an indictment. God names the sins plainly: greed, corruption, drunkenness, moral blindness. Because the vineyard refused to bear good fruit, it will lose its protection. The hedge will be removed. Consequences will follow. Chapter 6. The Holy Calling. Holy, holy, and the foundations shake. Isaiah collapses, painfully aware of his own sinfulness. He believes he is ruined, but grace interrupts fear. A burning coal touches his lips. His guilt is removed. His sin is forgiven. Then God asks a question that echoes through history. Whom shall I send? Isaiah, newly cleansed, responds without hesitation. Here am I, send me. The prophet's mission begins not with confidence, but with surrender. Chapter 7. Emmanuel. Isaiah 7. Isaiah steps into political reality. King Ahaz trembles before invading enemies. Instead of trusting God, the king looks for human solutions. Isaiah confronts him with a promise. God himself will give a sign. A child will be born, and his name will be Emmanuel, God with us. Even in fear and instability, God declares that he has not abandoned his people. His presence will remain, whether the king believes it or not. Chapter 8. Rejected trust. Isaiah 8. The people choose fear over faith. They reject the gentle guidance of God and place their hope in powerful empires. Isaiah warns them that this choice will bring darkness. Assyria, the very power they trust, will become a flood that overwhelms them. When people refuse the light, they inevitably walk into shadow. Yet, even here, Isaiah urges quiet trust in the Lord as the only safe refuge. Chapter 9. A Great Light. Isaiah 9. Out of darkness, hope shines. Isaiah sees a future where light breaks into the gloom of Galilee. A child is born a ruler unlike any other. His authority will rest not on violence, but on justice and peace. His names reveal his nature: Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. This promise reaches far beyond Isaiah's lifetime. It speaks of a kingdom that will never end, sustained not by human strength, but by God's zeal.